All right, welcome into another day of our daily Devos in the Psalms. Pastor Rick here. Wanted to jump into Psalm 23, and I think we might actually take this one in a couple of different sections. So it's a big one, it's a famous one. It's not very long, but there's lots of good content in here that I would hate to just rush through it. So we're actually just going to take verse 1 today, and we'll read the whole psalm, and then we'll just jump in to verse 1, and we'll go from there. So, the Lord is my shepherd; I have what I need. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He renews my life. He leads me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Only goodness and faithful love will pursue me all the days of my life. I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. So, like I said, lots of good stuff in there. Looking forward to kind of digging into it a little bit each day. But today we're going to focus on just verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd. I have what I need. And so to just talk about what does it mean that he's our shepherd, and what is this reference to us being like sheep? And it's actually a pretty common reference in the Bible to refer to us as sheep. And so who is the Lord? So the Lord, he's none other than Jehovah or Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the great I am, who was and is to come, the great I am. So there's quite a few biblical references to people being referred to as sheep. And so Isaiah 53:6, for example, says, "We all, like sheep, have gone astray. Each of us has turned away to his own way." Psalm 79:13, "Then we, your people, the sheep of your pasture, will praise you forever." 1 Peter 2:25, "For you were like sheep going astray, but now you have returned to the shepherd and overseer of your souls." Hebrews 13:20 through 21, "May the God of peace, who brought the blood of the eternal covenant brought back from the dead, our Lord Jesus, the great shepherd of the sheep, equip you with everything good for doing his will." So, it's pretty clear that also John 10:14 through 15, that Jesus said, "I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. Just as the Father knows me, I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep." There's a couple, I was reading a book called Shepherd's Look at Psalm 23, and it's got some pretty interesting stuff in there. So I wanted to just bring a couple things out for your reference. A few things about sheep. Sheep are senseless, directionless, easily lost, no internal compass. They require the guiding of the shepherd. And so when we think about this, the Lord is my shepherd, I have what I need, is sometimes we don't even know in our own selves what it is that we need. It's like Proverbs 3:5 and 6, "Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding." Is because sometimes we just don't even know what it is that we need. And it can cause us some problems, right? Because we can pursue the wrong things, or we can ask and hope and really get disappointed because we don't get something that we think we need. And so that's one big thing for us to remember is sheep are senseless. The next one is defenseless. That pretty much speaks for itself. Sheep have a terrible time trying to defend themselves. Pretty much all they can do is just get into a big old group and hope that the group dynamic, keeps them safe, right? And so they really rely heavily on the shepherd for their protection. They definitely need that help. And they're also fearful. They have great hearing and great peripheral vision, but terrible depth perception. And so they can hear everything and they can see a lot, but that thing that it could be way off in the distance. It might feel like it's right up in their face in a sense, like it's an imminent danger when it still might be quite a ways off. And so even just the way that their bodies work, it uh, they can really be in a troublesome spot if they don't really trust the shepherd to lead them where they need to be, to keep them safe. And so there's just so many powerful pictures here of us being sheep in the good shepherd's sheep pen, if you will, that we want to be in his area. And so when we think about, I have what I need, I have all that I need, is that he's the one that knows what we need. He's the one that knows when we need it. And so really, it's almost like a confession rather than like some big promise that we need to try to hope and pray that it will come to pass. It's really more like an ever-present promise. Like, you have all that you need. His divine power has given us all that we need for life and godliness, has already given us. And so sometimes I think we spend a lot of time, I will say, sometimes I spend a lot of time asking God for things that the Bible actually tells me he's already completely provided. And so I think it's important for us to realize the declaration here is, the Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is my caretaker. The Lord is the one that watches over me. I therefore already have all that I need. And so sometimes I think we can get frustrated and want to know, like, God, where are you? God, why aren't you providing? He's like, I am providing everything that you need already. You just have some priorities out of whack or whatever, any of those kinds of things. And so it's such a great, just devotional thought for you today. Sheep are senseless, defenseless, and fearful, but we have the great shepherd, Yahweh, the one who is, who was, who is, and who is to come, the great and mighty God, the creator of heaven and earth, who is our shepherd, that deeply, deeply wants to watch over his sheep, to protect his sheep, to provide for his sheep, to lead his sheep. And it's a beautiful promise that we have flowing out of this great psalm. The Lord is my shepherd. I have what I need. So we'll look at the lying down in green pastures and leading beside quiet waters tomorrow. We might go one verse at a time. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I appreciate you dialing in and being a part of this today. I say God bless you. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.